Hi, this is Sam with ProX. Today I'm going to explain what happens if your spring were to break in the middle of you trying to wind it. This has happened to me a few times. It's always the same scenario for me. It's when it's an old spring or a current spring and I have to take the tension off of it for some reason, do something, and then when I go to rewind it, it can't handle the stress and it breaks. Now, the good news is, to answer the question, what happens if the spring breaks while you're winding it? Not a whole lot, and I'll tell you why. The first thing is the spring is bolted to your center support here, your center bearing. It's bolted in, and of course it's encircling this tube shaft, so it's completely trapped. So if it were to break, it really can't go left or right, and it really can't come out because it's trapped. Now, if it breaks in a couple places, theoretically it could send a projectile out, a very small projectile, but that's unlikely. And still, you should be following safety procedures where there's no one in this path anyway, so that's an unlikely scenario. Now, what's probably going to happen is, so you'll be over here, you've got your safety glasses on, your body's out of the path of the winding bars of the spring, there's no kids in here. If there's an adult in here, they're thrown inside the garage or something like that away from the path. What will happen is, as you're winding it, usually that last turn, obviously, you'll be applying a lot of pressure upwards, and when it snaps, everything behind the snap will just unravel aggressively. It'll just pop and unwind very aggressively. It'll be loud and kind of scary sounding, but nothing will happen there. The only thing that could happen is, because you're applying a lot of force upward with your arm, and suddenly there's no more downward pressure from the spring, you might jerk your arm up faster than you expected, obviously. And when you do that, you could overstretch a muscle or something like that, or if there's something up here in the way where your fist hit it, that's possible. But outside of that, outside of your arm jerking up, there's not much that can happen. So to answer the question, what happens if the spring breaks? Not a whole lot, just the spring will bust, it will make a lot of noise, it'll unravel aggressively. Your arm will try to shoot up, so that's the only risk you have. But outside of that, if you're following the safety procedures of safety glasses, no one in the path of the spring or the bar, it'll just snap and it'll just be a loud noise. That's all that will happen. Well, I hope that answers your question. Thanks for watching.